UnitedHealth under serious pressure again today. This morning on a Wall Street Journal report that the company is facing a criminal probe over possible Medicare fraud. UNH saying in a statement it had not been notified by the DOJ of a criminal investigation and stands by the integrity of the program in question. Shares are now down, though, almost 17%. Joining us now is Mizuho Healthcare equity strategist Jared Holtz. On top of an already big stock price decline, the CEO change, now this potential investigation. What do you do with this stock, Jared?
Hey, Sarah, I don't really know. I mean, the news flow is so dynamic. There are different headlines every day on this one. The sector has been so challenging for so many different reasons.
UnitedHealth Group is now down over 52% in the last month. Investors are fleeing away, and for good reason. There's a lot to digest with this stock, and in today's video, we're going to try to work this out and figure out what should fair market be for UnitedHealth. Now, I think with a longer time horizon, this could be a stock you can dip your toe in here pretty soon. This is a high quality company that is hitting a 5-year low, and I definitely believe where there is smoke, there could be fire. And with this one, it seems like it's a very unclear picture as the future unfolds. Now, a quick update for me personally. I recently started a job. Every week we are putting 50% of our money away, and we can see here that we have, over the last month, been able to put right around $1,700 away. Now, I thought it was going to be a crazy year, so I did get a job and I decided to put the majority of this money away. And over the last 4 weeks, we can see that I put nearly $2,000 away. We can see I'm currently overweight domestic, but I did change the allocation here where it's going to be closer to a 50-50, possibly a 55-45. Basically leaning a little bit more on foreign stocks here, as I do think there's a lot more upside longer term for emerging markets. And I do have a nice company match that's pushing 8% as well. This is a set it and forget it account. On top of that, I'm building out an emergency fund as well, and this is currently yielding 4.13%. And in our main account, we are sitting on right around $43,000. Now, this is designed to just buy the greatest opportunities that I see. We have a set it and forget it account that we're getting aggressive on because I do believe it's going to be a volatile year, and I don't want to try to time the bottoms or tops of this market. I think it's going to be choppy. We're going to be range bound, and I do think there's an opportunity for a recession as we head into the end of this year, where stocks are going to go absolutely on sale. And a company like UnitedHealthcare falling nearly 53% in 1 month could lend that opportunity. So let's start digging into UnitedHealthcare and see if this is one we might want to nibble at. When we go to stock analysis, we can see that this is a heavily trended stock. When it's up there with Nvidia and Tesla, you know that there is a lot of people concerned, possibly invested in this company and don't know what to do. As we can see here, this has been a steady Eddie grower. They steadily grow their revenue, they steadily grow their earnings, and they steadily grow that dividend, which is now currently sitting right around 3%. Historically low valuation for this company, and historically a high dividend yield. In fact, UnitedHealthcare has been paying that dividend for 22 consecutive years and raising that dividend for the last 15, making this a dividend lover for most dividend investors. Now, dividends to me are a nice bonus, but I am more of a total return type of guy. So falling 50%, yes, getting a 3% dividend is pretty nice here, but I'm more interested in can they keep growing those earnings? Are they safe from litigation here? And nobody really knows, but what we need to do is we need to build some safety here in our analysis. So we're going to put a market multiple on everything we talk about with UnitedHealthcare. Now, first, the growth rates to me are pretty high here, considering that they're removing guidance. So I would actually be using low single-digit growth rates as well. And on top of that, we do have an idea that they're probably going to be doing between $25 to $26 worth of earnings going forward. So even if we put an industry multiple on that, when compare that to like a Humana getting a 14 multiple, a CVS getting nearly a 14 multiple as well, and a Cigna getting right around a 13 multiple, we can see here that basically a 13.5 multiple could be making sense here. So if we take those $25 worth of earnings that they are projected to do, we put a 13.5 multiple on the stock, we can see here we get about a $337 stock price that we could be looking at. They are dealing with some serious litigation, so maybe we want to discount the stock to maybe 11.5 to 12 times earnings. So we still take that 25 multiple and we build a little extra safety in there, and we start looking at a 287 stock price, and that's basically where the stock is currently trading. We can see here the stock is trading exactly at 287, and in my opinion, I think we're going to see this thing trade between $240 to about $300 a share until we get some clarity on exactly what is going on. In the trailing 12 months, we can see here that they're doing $410 billion of top line revenue. They have cash and cash equivalents sitting right around $29 billion, with total debt sitting at nearly $77 billion. We can see down here that they are buying back stock, and overall, this is a company that can free cash flow over $20 billion, so I actually think the balance sheet is pretty decent here. In fact, they free cash flow over $20 billion pretty consistently. Even if we go back to 2021, we can see here that they were free cash flowing nearly $20 billion even back then. We see the type of multiple that it is currently trading for on an enterprise value to EBITDA basis, and we see here that it's about 8.5 times. And if we compare that to a Humana trading at 9 times and a CVS trading around 9 times, I think using a 9 to 10 multiple makes sense. So using growth rates of 3, 4, and 4%, basically saying they're going to keep up with inflation, we're putting a market multiple on the stock. We're not giving it really a premium here. We get two stock prices. We get 245, which it did hit a low of 248, and then we also get a 369 from a free cash flow standpoint, which makes it a buy at these levels. I do think if we do see it hit 250 to about 245, I would probably be adding in maybe a 2 or 3% of my portfolio into this position, with the understanding that there is a lot of risk with this, but there is also a tremendous amount of upside. We see using those growth rates, we get back to that $600 stock price. But if UNH proves that there is nothing wrong with their business, that they're not doing anything illegal here, then I do believe it would receive a premium on its multiple. And we could definitely be looking closer to an $800 stock over the next 7 to 9 years. That's not including in reinvesting that 3% dividend as well. So there is a tremendous amount of opportunity here. Obviously, there is some risk, and I definitely think that 250 mark could make some sense to take on a little bit of risk here with a lot of upside understanding. Now, I would recommend this for somebody who has a longer time horizon. Obviously, somebody who's trying to retire over the next 4 to 5 years, this is too much of a risk, but somebody who has a 15, 20-year time horizon, I definitely think adding a company like this is a pretty interesting opportunity longer term. As always, this is just my opinion, but we will see you all in the next.